Hey guys, today's video is going to be a little bit different from my usual way of creating content. I want to show you guys a sneak peek into my training, kind of real behind the scenes stuff of how I train as a CrossFit athlete. I'll do my best to explain the reasoning behind my workouts and why I approach them the way I do. So, let's talk about what a typical Monday workout looks like for me. Before we jump into today's workout, you might have noticed I put a little something in my coffee. That's Cordyceps mushroom extract from Life Cycle. I first heard about it in Joe Rogan podcast with Rashad Evans. He mentioned that it helps with his endurance and keeps his energy levels up. And when I did my research, I found out that a lot of other fighters, including Kamaru Usman, use the same product. Within a week, I noticed a change in my performance, particularly in the endurance part, but I can't be sure if that's 100% because of the product. It could be placebo or might just be that I got better at CrossFit. Hopefully that's the case, but I definitely felt a positive change, so I just kept using it. If you want to try it for yourself, you can order it through my link in the description. Now that is an affiliate link and I will earn a little bit of commission if you buy through those links at no extra cost to you. This would help support the channel and help me keep making videos like this. Like most people, my Mondays start with work. Now workout, just work. My company has a hybrid setup, so on Mondays and Fridays, I work from home. I usually start work at 6 a.m. right after my morning coffee. That way, I could wrap up by 3 p.m. and go to the gym. During my lunch break, I tackled my first workout. I've been struggling with squats. When the weights gets heavier, my knees starts caving in. With my background in physical therapy, I know that weak hip external rotators are often to blame. It was time to address it. Yeah, I know I should have done this a long time ago. I found a few exercises to improve my hip strength and stability and decided to incorporate them into my workout routine. First up, 3 sets of 10 reps of side plank clamshells, focusing on strengthening and stabilizing my gluteus medius. And there's my dog Sneaker. He's just happy I'm home. Next, 3 sets of 10 reps of unassisted hip airplanes. This will help with hip mobility, stability, and balance. And as you can see, balance isn't my strong suit. The whole workout took about 15 minutes, then it was back to work. At 3 p.m., it was time to hit the gym. But before I left, I had a quick meal. 3 eggs with fried garlic on top. Thanks, love. Pre-workout meal. I also added 2 pieces of banana, topped with homemade peanut butter from a local shop nearby. My workout began with some shoulder and hip mobility exercises. I'll admit, my warm-ups are usually too short. I've been like this from the beginning and I know I should do more for my mobility. That's something I need to work on next. Next, I did some warm-up sets, starting with an empty barbell. The first part of the program was a hang snatch above the knee. For sets 1 to 3, I aim for 2 to 3 reps at 70 to 80% of my hang snatch 1 rep max. Sets 4 to 6 were 1 to 2 reps at 80 to 85%, and sets 7 to 10 were for 1 rep at 85% or more. My hang snatch PR is 260 pounds, so I was supposed to lift somewhere around 185 to 210 pounds for the first 3 sets. Here we go. The first part was okay. The weights felt light and I felt good about my form. For sets 4 to 6, I should lift around 210 to 225 pounds. Fingers crossed this goes well. Finally, for sets 7 to 10, it was time to build to a heavy lift. According to the coach's notes, we could only add weight if we didn't miss the lift. If we missed the same weight twice, we had to reduce the weight. I wasn't going to let that happen. I started set 7 with 235 pounds. I could already feel the weights adding up, and there was a chance I might miss it. Nevertheless, on to 245 pounds. Surprisingly, 245 felt better than the previous weight. I was just going for 250, but because it felt good, I decided to go for 255 pounds. Whew! That was a close call. My elbows buckled and my shoulders almost gave in. Luckily, I managed to save the lift. Since that already felt heavy, I decided to call it a day and skip my 10th set.
Last weight, 255.
I was 5 pounds away from my hang snatch PR and I think I could have broken it today. But I didn't want to risk it, especially with a competition coming up. The next part of my workout was building to a heavy push jerk. I prefer doing split jerks when lifting heavy weights. But because CrossFit challenges you in so many different ways, we train for things that we don't want. Like the snatch, I started with an empty barbell and loaded up to a heavy set. The reason I'm not a fan of push jerks for heavy weights is my shoulder mobility issues. I can't hold things overhead without rib flaring. It's when your ribs flare out and you create a huge arc in your back to compensate and keep the weights in your center of gravity. That's usually caused by tight lats and or weak core. Great! Another thing I have to work on. At around 275 pounds, I could already feel a sticking point. It felt like the weights was about to fall forward because of my lack of shoulder and thoracic mobility. I continued adding weights until I reached 300 pounds. Then, 315 pounds. I was going to try my luck at 325 pounds, but Jay was already calling for me to do the Metcon. Today's workout was a short and spicy one. Against a 2-minute clock, we performed a 15-calorie assault bike, 15 toes to bar, and max repetitions of a 50-pound dumbbell press.
Okay. First in and the last out. Never tried to go the fast route. Marathon, not a race. Putting hours in, I cash out. Game time, been lit. Been the man, been him. In the box like 9-9. Got pinstripes on my skin. Okay, go mamba all in my zone. When the wind going home. Hear it all in my tone. Worked hard for this throne, you know I'm never lazy. Nothing faze me. See me win, but those L's made me. Hear him talk, let him talk. All the ghosts have been called crazy.
We rested for 1 minute before doing it all over again for 4 sets. Most Metcons in CrossFit competitions don't look like this. They're usually continuous sets of activity that you do as fast as you can. However, there's an advantage to structuring your training workouts this way. Because each set is short and the repetitions are doable, you can give it your max effort, knowing you have a 1-minute rest period in between sets. This type of workout trains your anaerobic system and improves your lactate clearance. On the other hand, a medium to long continuous workout typically seen in competitions trains your maximum aerobic capacity. It teaches you how to conserve energy and become more efficient. You're less likely to go unbroken and more likely to come in with a plan. Although both types of workouts are called Metcons, they train completely different systems. As a CrossFit athlete, our goal is to be optimal in all these different systems. I talked about endurance in more depth in another video, which I'll link here. This type of workout really drains your willpower. Initially, I managed 8 devil's presses, then 7, then 5, and finally 4. At the end of the Metcon, I was exhausted, but happy. The endorphins kicked in, and I felt relieved that the pain was over. I could finally feel proud of myself for getting through this grueling workout. This is the part that makes me want to do it over and over again. Okay, maybe not all the time. As I end this workout and reflect on today's training, I'm reminded why I love CrossFit. It's challenging, it's rewarding, and it constantly pushes me to be better. Each session is a step towards improvement, not just physically, but mentally too. Thank you for joining me on this Monday workout. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot, and it helps me continue creating content like this. Feel free to leave a comment if you have any questions or if there's something specific you'd like to see in the future videos. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep pushing and keep improving.